Hello there, season's greetings, welcome aboard the Knitty Stew podcast. My name is Leanne, I am the Knitty Stew. I am a Canadian flight attendant and a knitter. And this is my YouTube channel where I discuss my knitting, and often I will take you out on the road with me and show you footage of local cities and also faraway cities sometimes that I have the pleasure of going to as part of my job. So it looks like Allie is joining me today. This is Allie Kitty, one of our 3 cats. We actually have 2 adult cats, Allie here and Quinn. And then while my husband and I were away in Tulum, Mexico in October for his birthday, my son brought home a kitten. My husband and him were in on it together in cahoots because, I mean, these gals are 7 years old, so bringing a kitten into the fold was not part of my plan. But I was upset for about 1.3 seconds when I walked through the door, and then was greeted with this little guy. This is Bugs. He's a little handful of goodness, and the ladies are doing their best to welcome him in, and he's just a little purr monster. I just love him to bits. So anyway, I was joking on Instagram that I should change my name to the Kitty Stew because my Instagram feed is full of cat photos and videos of Mr. Bugs down there. So anyways, welcome aboard. Yeah, I'm glad you're here today. I have obviously not filming in a hotel room today. I sent my husband over to Walmart. He had to pick up a few things, and I said, just take your time because I find it very hard to film when there's any distractions at all. I just got back from a faux ho lunch date with my friend Rob, who I've talked about before on this podcast, and he gave me this super cute mug, so I'm having a coffee. I actually also had a Vietnamese coffee, so this could be a chatty and quick episode. Hopefully my brain is working and I can talk about all my knits. Before I get into what I'm wearing, my finished objects and my whips and some acquisitions, I just wanted to say welcome to anyone who new or anyone who is returning to my channel. I am known as the Knitty Stew on Instagram, here on YouTube, and on Ravelry. And yeah, thank you for clicking the subscribe or like button. And I try to do videos every month, 3 to 6 weeks kind of thing. Little piranha just bit my toe. Yeah, so welcome to my YouTube channel. First of all, I would like to tell you what I'm wearing. This here is the Always vest by Anna Daku. The Bluebird Box is her handle on Instagram and on Ravelry. And I wore this earlier this year, I think in January. I showed the finished object on my Edmonton episode. I knit this vest out of Nutiden, the colorway Menning. Not sure if that's actually how you say it, but I have really enjoyed wearing this vest lately. It's actually not cold here right now. We are enjoying some snow with warmer temperatures, but wearing a vest like this is just like a hug around the belly area, and I love that so much. So I do recommend this pattern. I lengthened it, my modification. It's quite a cropped sweater. I think I repeated this lovely side detail texture. I think I repeated it at least one extra time. So it was supposed to be super cropped, but I wasn't comfortable with that. So I made it a little bit longer. And that is what I'm wearing. I'll be right back. Cat's attacking the Christmas tree, 1 second. Okay, cat out of the tree, kitten out of the tree, and I'm back. So today hopefully I get through this episode without it being too kitty chaotic. I have 3 finished objects and 2 works in progress. And then I have a few special to me acquisitions that I got for myself. I tend to buy myself the best Christmas presents. And I didn't go too wild this year, but I did get some soulful stash. Okay, so first finished object that I wanted to show you today. So these were a work in progress in my last episode. I made some leg warmers, which I called the Fall Night Legwarmers. The name of the colorway of this sock yarn, which is Schachenmeier Regia Design line by Arna and Carlos. This colorway is called Fall Night. And I used 1 skein, and I knit these up with just a quick little recipe. I used US 3, so 3.25 millimeter needle for the top ribbing, which I did in Knit 2, Purl 2. And I cast on 64 stitches and did that for 1 inch. And then I switched up to a US 3, 3.75 millimeter needle. And I just knit away on the length until I felt they were long enough. I'll insert a picture of me wearing them here. So 64 stitches until my calf started to taper, and then I decreased down to 62 stitches until the leg warmer was 16¼ inches from the cast on edge. And then I went back down to a US 3, 3.25 millimeter, and did knit 1, purl 1 for the bottom cuff. I mean, it's really fun. I just needed something that was mindless, and I really enjoy the colorway of these, and I'll wear them in the house to keep me nice and cozy on cool nights. And that's my first finished object. Sorry, I got another cat who needs me, 1 second. The cats are definitely the bosses around here. It's way easier filming in a hotel room. I actually have people who ask me that, like, why don't you just film at home and then insert footage from your cities? But it really is a lot more peaceful in a hotel room. There's less background noise, and I find that it's not that hard to bring all my projects with me. But yeah, so anyways, here I am, I'm back, and I'm about to discuss finished object number 2, which I showed as a work in progress on my last episode, and I think even the one before that, the Easy Eyelet Sweater Scarf by Knititude in collaboration with We Are Knitters. So my daughter had asked for the sweater scarf for Christmas, and she picked the color so she knew what was coming, and I wanted to have it ready for her in case she had any Christmas or holiday parties to go to. So after a bit of struggle with the pattern and the schematic as it was translated by We Are Knitters, I reached out to Chantal, and she gave me some length measurements, and I finished it. So my daughter was kind enough to take some photos. It was at night, so the lighting isn't that great. If I can get her to do a video of how she puts it on and how it actually fits, I would love an honest review if it is a wearable accessory, or maybe it's a little bit too drapey, I'm not sure. I did try it on myself, and it seemed to be a little snug for me. So with my daughter, her bust is 33 inches and mine is 36.5. So I am hoping that it fit her, you know, nice, so that it wasn't too open and just flopping around. So a little bit of details on this. I knit it with a US 8 for the cuff and ribbing. And then on the main part of the sweater scarf, I used a US 10.5, which is a 6.5 millimeter needle. The pattern did call for the US 11, which is a 7 millimeter, but I felt that was a bit too drapey. And then I knit it to the specifications that Chantal, the designer, provided to me, and sewed up the sleeves and got her done. It really didn't take me that long. What took me the most time was trying to figure out if it was gonna work out or be okay. And again, reading the pattern, which wasn't that great. But from start to finish, I cast on October 27th, cast off on November 27th, and gifted it to my daughter. And I used 4.01, so just teeny tiny into that 5th ball that it came with in the kit. So yeah, that's I still have a little bit of that left over, and it's knit in We Are Knitters Alpaca, which is a blend of merino and alpaca. That is finished object number 2. Okay, cat meowing. I'll be right back. Okay, I just fed these cats before I started this video, so I would have thought they would have had a bath and maybe a little nap, but they are kind of playful right now. Okay, bugs, stop attacking my works in progress. All right, finished object number 3 is the one I'm super excited to talk to you about today. So I'd mentioned that I was planning on knitting Sven Scandinavian, which is a doll design by Carol A. Anderson. And I cast on Sven on November 29th. So right after gifting and getting my daughter's easy eyelet scarf off to her, I felt very free and very ready for a super fun project. And Sven was exactly what the doctor ordered. Cute warning. This is Sven, Scandinavian. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hello. Hi. Let me tell you a little bit about Sven. So he just came off the needles last night, or was it the night before? Yeah, a couple nights ago. He has brought so much joy into my knitting world. He's basically knit out of small bits of stash, and the pattern itself I had in print form, but it's also available in digital form as well. I will put everything I talk about, all the links to my projects, etc., will be on Ravelry, so hopefully you have access to that. And if you don't, please leave me a message or email me at my email address, which is also in the description box below. So Sven, what can I say? I love me a knitted doll. I often make toys, which surprises me because they're kind of fiddly, or they can be, but I really take my time with them. And actually in the pattern itself, it says to use the best quality of yarn that you have and not to just use scraps, because it's Scandinavian way is that they don't have a lot, but what they do have is really good quality. And I like that. It's a really cute pattern how it's written up. But yeah, what I used was I had Crux Fibers Alabaster for his skin color. And then instead of using yarn for the eyes, I used 9mm safety eyes. And then I worked his little nose. It's kind of, it's basically a bauble. And then I started knitting the color work of his sweater. This is some Le Petit Lamb's wool. Yes, I used, let me get my notes in front of me here. This is knit with Biche Bouche Le Petit Lamb's wool in the dark blue green. And then this is the color work part of his yoke is Jameson Smith, so J&S 2-ply, as well as his pants. And then I had some other color work yarn from, I used a lot of different types. Oh, Ba-Ram-U Pip color work. And then some sock yarn that I had around. And then this is some Briggs & Little sport weight for his boots. And then for the hat, which in the pattern, there's a lot of people are made it with kits. So there was a color work chart you could do and whatnot. I just used some Croy sock, some Patton's Croy sock. And this is called Gray Brown Marl. Looked really masculine. And then a little bit of Biche Bouche for his mitts as well. Okay, so what I gotta say is, while I was knitting on Sven, I didn't really want him to be like an old portly Sven Scandinavian. I kind of want him to be like an outdoorsy, masculine Viking type guy. So for the vibe, the whole time I was thinking about his beard. like, what am I gonna do about this beard? Because the kits that were available through Barrett Wool Company by Susan B. Anderson, they're no longer available. And for the beard, the ones that looked so awesome were made with mohair locks, which the kits aren't online anymore, and I don't have access to any mohair locks. So I went to Michael's, a little craft shop, and I found this faux fur light brown color by Creatology. It's almost like a ginger color. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's Sven's beard. It's totally gonna work. And I think it did. Would you agree? Yeah, and then I just sewed it on. I've got some photos on my project page of how I sewed it. And just the way I flipped it down, it kind of looks like he's got a mustache and a beard, but it's just the way I flipped it down and attached it. So, Sven Scandinavian. I knit this guy in November 29th to December 11th. I could not stop knitting on him. He's so cute. So he will join our Christmas decorations, and I will only bring him out one time a year, because that's just, I like that, and then it keeps him super special. What I was laughing about is his bulbous head. So if you make this and you're knitting away going, what is going on here? What is with this light bulb head? That's just how it goes. You do that and you stuff it all from the top. You keep the bulbous head open to the very end, and you just use like say a wooden spoon to like push the wool stuffing down all the way into him. And I mean, the toque is definitely a must. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a bald guy with a beard. Let's just be honest. Okay? So anyways, this is my final finished object, Sven Scandinavian. Okay, my works in progress. I do have 2 items that I wanted to show you. One I had anticipated might be a finished object, but Sven got in the way and I put this to the side. I did work on it a little bit. This is my Just for the Halibut pullover for the KAL that I'm running and co-hosting with the Cut Bank girls. And we extended the date, the finish deadline, to January the 15th, 2024. So if you wanted to participate, there is a Ravelry group at the Cut Bank girls on Ravelry, or you can also enter to be part of the knit along by knitting any of the Caitlin Hunter Boylan Knitworks Halibut patterns, toque, cowl, mitts, or the pullover, and you post your finished object on Instagram using the hashtag JustForTheHalibutKAL. And you can also join in the fishy fun. I'm not actually sure if we're having more fun making fish puns or knitting the pattern itself. But it's a riot, and there's some beautiful projects. So I even encourage you just to look up that hashtag JustForTheHalibutKAL and see the beautiful projects that are coming out. Thank you to everyone who's participating. And yeah, here's how far I've got. Uh-oh, bugs. No. Okay, so I tried this on recently, and I'm working on the sleeve because I feel like I am just about to the point where I want to start the hem, the bottom hem for the body. It's sure going a lot quicker now that I'm done the yoke, which was a beautiful challenge, and I just think it's so striking. All the details about the yarn I used, etc. My cat really likes the taste. Bugs! Okay. So I've been knitting it in Blue Sky Fibers wool stock, worsted. And my dark colorway is called Stormy Seas. And the contrast color is Gray Harbor. I think it was the right choice. It is squishy, soft, and I made the mock neck version. But when I did try it on, it is actually, my neck is a little sensitive, and I'm finding I might fold it over and tack it down to itself. So make it a little bit shorter, which will also, again, raise the length. Whoopsies, before I start decreasing on the sleeve, I'm supposed to do 5 inches, and I certainly haven't got that much. So I will be working on that over the holidays. I am flying pretty steady now from now until up to and including Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So I will be taking this with me, and it's just plain stocking net, so pretty mindless, and I'll work on this and I will have it done for the deadline, or else at least I better. So that's my work in progress number 1. Generally, my podcast formats include footage from local yarn shops or local cities where I'm overnighting. But as I'm sure you can imagine, flying at this time of year and life in general is just so darn hectic. So I hope you don't mind. I took the liberty to just simply insert footage of some cozy holiday decor, much of it handmade by myself or loved ones and friends. This stuff just brings me peace, and it connects me to a deep sense of nostalgia for Christmases past and for loved ones no longer here, memories of when my kids were little. But my intention now, as I head out into the friendly skies, some back-to-back flying with a couple days in between, I just need to remain present and compassionate and just appreciate where I am now, the reality of how things are, to be grateful for what was, but most importantly, to be grateful for what is. Because everything that has happened has brought me to right where I am in this present moment. So I hope you find some peace and enjoy seeing these little bits of our Christmas decor, which only come out once a year. And yeah, please enjoy. My second and final work in progress is a colorwork hat called the Houll hat by Ella Gordon Designs. It's knit in Jamieson & Smith 2-ply, and the hat's samples on the pattern are, there's one that's black, and then I saw this one which was with the white as the main color, and I was just really drawn to it, so I got the exact colorways. So these are the colors that I'm using. Whoop. All I can hear is cats running around and attacking things. So I'm sorry, you guys, if this is a chaotic video. But yeah, I'm really loving how this is working out. I've modified the hat already because I've made the Shetland Wool Week hats the last 2 years in a row. Yes, I believe so. And the last one that I made, I found was too big, and so I went down a needle size and I tried it on, and then I pinched off to where the snugness of the fit that I wanted would have been, and ended up with quite a few less stitches than this pattern calls for. So I do like a snugger beanie, and I'm having a great time knitting this pattern. It is a paid pattern, so I can't give too many details away, but what I can say is that I have reduced an entire repeat of the chart. So I think it's gonna fit great. I look forward to finishing it. It's quite addictive, and there just seems to be that inability to put it down, because I just, when I was working on it last night in particular, I was like, okay, one more round. Let's just do one more round. Let's get to the baby blue round. So I was like, okay, now it's time to put it down and get back. So I just love how she has these, the way they fade from this blue into this macaroni and cheese. It's actually a craft dinner color to me. And then this tan color, and then the bronze color, which is actually the same color as Sven's pants. So yeah, I should be able to work on that when I have some time to concentrate. It's not something I can do and watch a TV show, that's for sure. So that's it for my works in progress. I am kind of giggling and was laughing not too long after I posted my last episode, how I said I would like to cast on for the festive yoke pullover. Leanne, how is that gonna happen with a few weeks leading up to Christmas, the HalibutKAL, and flying an all over colorwork sweater for the holiday season? That is certainly not going to be completed, and I will still want to cast that on because I have the Ramafinnel for it. And I also saw that Isabel Kramer just released a pattern called You'll Do, which would also work really well with the Ramafinnel yarn. But I think I really do want to make that festive pullover maybe for Christmas 2024. To close off the video, because I think my husband will be back from Walmart soon, and there is balls of yarn everywhere from Bugs the kitten. I will just wrap up by showing a few special acquisitions that I got myself for Christmas. I have been a good girl. So the first thing I ordered was from a fellow podcaster and a very talented dyer named Cami Jo of Cami Jo Knits. I ordered a kit from her. Let me just get it. So Camilla had teamed up with a very lovely maker named SoSchjelde. So Cami Jo and SoSchjelde, I think I'm saying her name right. It'll all be linked below. And she had on her website some kits for small or large clutches. Now, the clutch itself has already been sewn and put together, and it has a zipper and everything. And I am not a sewer, so this really appealed to me. And it comes with the pull, the zipper pull, oh my gosh, ow, bugs. And then you knit the cover for it, and it's using Cami Jo's hand-dyed Bouclé in this beautiful browny bronze color, dark brown. So I ordered that for myself, and it should be a very quick knit. I believe it's knit up on a 10.5 US, so 6.5 millimeter. And then you just attach it all the way around, and it will be, for me, it's gonna be my toiletry bag for taking with me in my suitcase when I go on the road. And if I have any leftovers, I'll use it as handle markers for my luggage. Because when we get out of our crew vans at the hotel, it's just a sea of black bags. And I love to have an identifier on my bag. So currently I have some light gray faux fur on all of my handles of my suitcase, my lunch kit, and my rolly bag. And they're getting kind of dingy looking. So if I have any left over after I make this, I will add this to my suitcases. And everybody will know that that's Leanne's bag. Also, I just wanted to say a big thank you to Camilla for throwing in a little bonus. She put in 2 of her hand-dyed skeins. Let's see if I back up a little bit. This is her base called Alpaca Deluxe. It's 70% baby alpaca, 20% silk, 10% cashmere, 4-ply, 225 meters per 100 grams. And she has a beautiful pattern called the Alvine set. It's mittens and or toque, and it looks like it is knit brioche, but it's actually not. I'll pop a picture up here. Thank you for that, Camilla. I really look forward to this luxury knit. This is something I could see me casting on for New Year's. My next quick acquisition, and I really treated myself on this one, is a mitten set from Helena Magnusson, the Icelandic knitter. So she put this update out. It was the middle of the night, I think 3 o'clock in the morning, Alberta time, and I saw it, and I was like, Merry Christmas to me, I'm getting in on that. So it's a very special trio of yarns. I won't try and say this word, but it means leadership and leadership. Look at these colors. And it's for a mitten pattern that she had out. Oh my gosh, it is so sheepy and yummy and delicious. And I got in on it, I just had to have it. She had a little discount code too for subscribers of her newsletter. Newsletters are my nemesis. Like if I want to really bust my balls, I need to unsubscribe from all of them. But I'm so smitten with any natural colors. Like look at these colors. This is the color of the sheep. And I just can't get enough of it. So I'll pop a picture of the pattern right here so that you can see what I'm going to cast on with these. And that, I think that's it. That's everything that I have to share with you today. And my husband still is not back from Walmart, but he should be back any minute. So I will bid you a farewell. I hope you are having a nice winter season, or if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, that summer is treating you well, or whatever type of season you're having. I will probably not be posting until the new year. What I think I'll do first thing is my knits of 2023, which thanks to you and this beautiful channel of community of wonderful knitters, really motivated me. I knit probably the most projects I've ever done. And it's not because I felt that I had to, but that I wanted to. I was very inspired and just happy to do so and create this content here. So thank you for being here. As you celebrate, as Sarah from Fiber Trek calls, the turning of the year, I hope that it meets you in a healthy and happy space. Thank you so much for watching today, and all the best. We'll see you in 2024. Bye.